everyone, welcome to Drinks with the Creative Team. We're here with the creative team from G.H.O.S.T Agents #1 and one of our sponsors, Doug Schwab. Now, I first met Doug Schwab whenever I came out of my mother, and he said, "Oh my gosh,
I was
this
the
guy."
first to hold you.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, "I am going to support this kid's comic books one day. I know it."
Yeah,
That's what he said
exactly.
in the hospital. I was there and I remember. So what's up, Dad?
Yeah, that's what
Tell
I
us
said.
about where you are and what's going on.
Okay, so so I've been involved with scouting since I was about 6 years old. I went through the whole thing personally as a kid, as a parent, because both of my sons are Eagle Scouts, taking them camping. I took Eli's brother camping the first time when he was in diapers. So we've been doing this for a long time. I'm here at Camp Potomac, founded in 1951, and I've been coming here since I was 6 years old. So about 60 some years at this point.
Same
so
for me.
It's a great place. I really enjoy it, and it's just like home.
There was one special week when I was a child there where a kid got bit in the balls by a spider, and I was like, I'm not shitting here ever. And I didn't poop for like a week. But luckily Dad came one day, and because he had been there so long, he took me to the staff toilets and allowed me to relieve my bowel there, and it was amazing. But that taught me that,
I gotta tell you the same thing.
Go ahead.
You use your resources. That's what you do. Yeah. I first found that flush toilet when I was a scout as well, and I use it a lot too.
Because the other ones are just holes. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just a hole in the ground. It's called a pit toilet. Yeah, it's the pits. All right.
It's the pits.
So,
what kind of spider are we talking here?
I don't remember.
Radioactive.
Did that even happen? Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Maybe I just conflagrated. Like,
yeah, the guy now hangs around in the trees and shoots stuff out of his wrists, and I don't know.
Swings. But there was a transitionary period of my life where I moved back from Vermont, and I lived there in Cumberland with them for a little while, Cumberland, Maryland. And Dad got me a job there as the basically art teacher. The handicraft
crafts or campcraft. No, scout
handicrafts.
Handicrafts. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So I was teaching art and music and stuff there.
Well, I may as well just get this over with, Eli. I'm going to take these guys over and show them your handiwork here.
So like
So in here, there's a whole bunch of these cabinets, and this particular cabinet. Is it this one? Oh no, it's this one over here. See, it's got Batman on the front. Oh, you can't.
I see that now. Flip it around.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Give me a second. Remember, I'm cold here. Here we go.
That's true.
Is that one of those
portable yurts you're in, or is that?
Oh no, this is like a
Did you do that, Eli?
No, I didn't draw that.
No, but that's on your door.
Nice. That's the comic store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was there with this dude Saul. There's me on the left.
That's Eli.
I shaved my beard, I guess.
Andy Grass.
That was the Time Goblin.
And his friend.
I don't know if
the Time Goblin.
Yeah, there's a Tenacious D short film that they made where it's the Time Goblin. He gobbles time. I didn't do those. Those are cool.
Somebody put that there. But yeah, this is pretty cool stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah. Eli has been an artist for a long time. And
as
I can remember the days. What's that?
I say as I believe we all have here.
Yeah. I can remember the days when we would check Eli's papers, just I'm sure you guys, when you came from school, your parents checked your papers, looking through Eli's books, and all we saw were drawings.
Yep.
I said, well, you've been to art class? That's my math notebook. That's my social studies notebook. That's my history notebook. So yeah.
Sure. I'm sure you guys
had a pen in his hand for a long time.
Sam, what you got?
Always
there,
a pen.
Man?
Oh, got started on this Christmas gift here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I hope I'm not the only one. I don't see anyone else drinking anything.
No, I just got in. I had quite a month this past week, and I was just got in the door, and I was just about to figure out what I was going to drink. What do you guys got cooking? Maybe we should all introduce ourselves to Doug. Would that be a
Okay,
good
yeah,
idea?
let's do
Yeah,
it.
that'd be great.
Very cool. Sam, why don't you go first?
All right, I'm Sam, and your son is wearing my logo on his chest right now. I
Cool.
work in advertising for a publishing company and draw comic books and make logos in my free time.
What kind of logos?
Oh, pretty much anything and everything.
No, you
all
worked for
kinds of
like
different
Penguin
businesses.
or something, or you had a
Yeah, I'm still with Penguin Random House for
Nice.
a
pretty
full-time
awesome.
day job.
Cool.
Sam created the Ghost logo.
That's right.
Well
yeah.
as the,
Ooh,
the Ghost
And he's
logo.
working on
yeah,
Uh,
I know what that is. Yeah, nice.
He did that.
I have one of those.
Very cool, man.
we Sam, I'm gonna be in New York City with Dad April 19th.
April
And,
19th.
Yeah. So you should plan on
Oh, wow.
coming with me and Ben and maybe some other people to
Yeah, I'm gonna write that in my calendar right
Joseph Koch's
Yeah.
comic book warehouse thing.
now. Nice.
Yeah,
Or-
it should be.
How long are you guys gonna be in town?
About a week.
Take you up to Metropolis Comics if you want to go, Eli.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dad's got a
To
dude
meet
there
Vincent.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Metropolis
dealer.
Comics. It's a pretty amazing place. They've got, you talk about artwork, he's got it all over his walls. It's
Wow.
pretty cool. So
Good
yeah.
legendary place.
Take me to your
Yeah.
dealer. Yeah, Dad'll let you meet his dealer.
Chris, why
Where
don't
have
you
I
go
heard
next?
that before?
Chris Anderson from currently lives in LA.
Yeah, I live about like 10 minutes away from your son.
Okay.
Been up to his house a couple times.
He lives really
Yeah.
close to that one hotel you guys stayed at the first time you came to visit, actually.
Up
Oh,
on the
the
hill.
Garland.
Okay.
Yeah, the Garland. Yep.
Yeah, the Garland's like,
Nice.
I can see it right out my window.
Cool.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, I drew a story in each of these wacky ghost agent books.
Chris
Nice,
actually
nice.
did the first ever Ghost Agents page, which I now own.
Yeah.
That would be that one.
Very cool.
Which will be in
Nice.
Wizard,
Yeah,
right?
Wizard, as well as the second
Nice.
issue with a very different style of coloring.
Chris did a story too, Dad, for Babe Lord, the Babe Lord book, and got
Oh,
to meet
nice.
Dylan
Yeah.
and Leela.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
And the
Very nice.
Arcane cover.
Oh yeah, and Arcane. Yeah, I sent that to you
Oh,
too.
great. You did. You did. Very nice.
And somebody
And
who,
Chris just started a year-long publishing deal with Heavy Metal, whereas stories are in Heavy Metal.
That's awesome.
every month.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yep. Well,
Very
didn't
nice.
just started, but it just is coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah. You've been working on it forever,
okay.
probably.
Takes
pretty
forever.
cool, man.
And then, you know, another couple months before I get paid for that first one. So
That's business. Life in the publishing industry, right?
mhm.
Not currently present, but very important is Barry Tan. Who's this guy? if
Barry
you've seen this.
Tan. Speaking of Barry
Wow.
Tan,
Yeah,
Dad, I
has,
got something
Doug
special to
seen
show you. No, no,
Something
no.
that's a very
No,
cool.
Tanisha told me I gotta save it till right now.
This is okay. Well, we got something for you, or rather, Barry does. Doug. This is pretty cool.
All right. Cool.
Barry is in Singapore. He's a Singaporean. I believe that's what they call them. And it's like the middle of the night there right now. So he certainly sends.
He did say he was gonna
Yeah.
try, but
It's actually 5 a.m, probably.
Yeah, it is
God.
5 in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
All right,
Barry,
Dad.
sometimes I catch Barry, and what I know is the middle of the night for him. But if it works for him, it works for me. But Barry's
So I'm gonna open
choosing
these in
stories.
preview here. All right, Dad. You're gonna love these.
So,
What do you got, Eli?
You see this?
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. That's
great?
awesome.
He drew two digitally.
Wow.
Yeah.
now, Doug, Donna Prentice there is 6'6".
Kind of look like Hugh Hefner there. Or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, I
You're
think
a-
that's
you're a massive Hugh Hefner. You're
There you
like
go.
maybe a 7.5
With the
foot
gun. I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So what, do I get to keep that somewhere? Or you gonna send that to
Well,
me?
they're digital, so you can print them out, and I'll send you both these high
Oh,
def.
yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Mom will
I
love it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not quite her, but yeah.
No, it's Donna Prentice.
Can pretend.
The character.
Tell her it's her.
We're also joined by Ben Perkins.
Hello, it's nice to meet you officially. Thank
Ben.
you, Rocko. Yeah, I'm just here in Portland making comics.
Cool.
And
He
this
did that
guy.
story.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I sent out the original art for that first page. I don't know if you got it yet.
Dad, did you get that tube? A poster tube?
I did not. No.
Should be
Don't
on
think
its
so.
way to you. It's this page.
I gave it right to
Okay.
the mailman's hands. He was right at the he was right at the place, and I'm like, hey, don't leave yet. I put it right in his hot little hand. So hopefully he took
Takes a
care of
while
it.
to get stuff here from Oregon, so
Yeah.
I
feel ya.
printed
And
the-
where
probably
you
have
at?
to go to
things.
Baltimore. Good. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for
But you
meeting
got my let. I sent Eli a book, and he took 2 days, but I paid extra for
You
it.
paid extra.
2 days.
Let's see.
Yeah. So, guys, I tell you, if I was at home in my basement, I would take you around and show you my stuff.
Yeah,
But
Dad's got a
unfortunately, I'm
collection.
not there now.
Sure, it's pretty impressive.
I can't
Well,
imagine.
I've taken some. I took some pictures. I like taking pictures, and if someone gives me some art, I'll take the original comic. Like I bought a piece from Matt Wagner that was a reprint he did of a Superman comic, or an Action One comic, I guess, or an action comic. And so I put the original action comic that he did it from, and Matt's picture, and then some text about him, and got it all framed up and
Right. those
nice.
are
So
awesome.
have that in my house, and
Cool.
a couple other pieces that I put together like that. I really enjoy doing that, and it looks nice. I think they're pretty cool. So yeah.
We're also
Dad's a
joined
big
by
Superman
from
fan,
the
All right.
second issue and also the upcoming third issue, John Burkett is here with us.
Hey,
John.
yeah,
Hey, John. How you doing?
Doug. Yeah, I'm in Vancouver, Washington, which is actually just outside of Portland, Oregon. So I'm kind of neighbors with Ben.
Yeah,
But,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, so yeah, Rocco invited me on for the second issue, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm cranking away on the third story, or the third issue story right now. So yeah,
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, John's
Yeah.
been doing some crazy work. He did a space, kind of like Moss Eisley, kind of like crazy bar thing for the next issue, which is exciting.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I didn't know what the Ghost World backstory was, and when Rocco invited me, he said, "Well, what do you want to draw?" And I said, "Well, I kind of have this idea for this sort of backwater, space station with a bunch of sort of,
Nice.
and far-flung rejects." And he said, "Well, it doesn't quite fit in the world, but I'll make it fit." So Rocco, a really cool story, and I had a lot of fun drawing it. So
Cool.
hopefully that'll become a part of the the expanded Ghost Agent universe. So
It is. It certainly will. I don't want anybody
Yeah.
to get used to just think that it's something that they can easily put in a box, this Ghost Agents thing. So
There you go.
a lot of questions.
beginning of
Cool.
the second issue, we go to the year 4,987 or something. So it's not strictly mid-century modern here.
But that works too. So Doug, it sounds like have you been a collector of comics for quite a while? It sounds like you've got
I have, since I was a kid. I used to
Okay.
buy them at the store downtown and bring them home. Unfortunately, I think my comics were other kids' baseball cards, and my mom threw them away. But so I don't have all the ones that I had when I was a kid. I have a couple of them, but my God, if I would have all of those, that'd be really cool. So I'd love to have them. I still collect. I collect Superman, and I've got, it's really cool. I don't know if you've been in Eli's house. He's got a rack in there.
Spinner
that
rack,
kind of comic book rack, spinner rack. I got one of those too, and it's really kind of cool. I have a Cosmic Lion section, and I have a Superman section and books and stuff, and so it's really cool.
cool.
And so it's and I didn't enjoy what I had, and I bought a safe at home so I can have the really, really cool comics that I have put in the safe deposit box, because they're valuable and I want to protect them. I have them at home now, and I can enjoy them whenever I want. So my goal is to collect like the first 25 Supermans and a couple actions and things like that, and try to get a pretty decent collection going there. So
Fantastic.
I was I have a spinner rack as well. It's one of my most prized possessions. I got it from
Yeah.
a friend of mine.
Really
His
cool.
wife was making him get rid of all of his cool stuff, and that was one of the things that I was able to pick up from him. It really is.
Is that one of
I
those?
was able to print out the cards on the top, the little cards that you put on the top of it.
Yeah.
And I printed little cards for each one of the sections, and that's kind of made it personal, Neat.
Yeah. It's pretty
Is
awesome.
that the
Yeah.
Hey Kids spinner racks, or is that another kind?
I don't think there
That's
is yours
about
is a
6 foot
vintage.
tall.
Yeah, like I don't think it's an actual
About 6
vintage
foot tall.
rack.
Yeah, mine's a vintage one. It's a Hey Kids comics one.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is
It's
someone
kinda-
still making those?
Go
Are
ahead.
they still manufacturing those?
I don't know. I mean, the one I
Once for a
got is like
while-
mine's like magazine sized.
Yeah.
So
There
it's
was for a while. There was somebody that was making them, but they were not quite perfect. Or they didn't quite look.
Well, I have
like
a friend of ours who has a bookstore at home, and in Cumberland, and his second floor is just full of all kinds of old fixtures. I'll have to go up there sometime with Lee and see if he has an old comic book rack.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool
it'd be cool.
because we're from such a small town that the
Mhm.
same store where Dad bought his comics as a kid is technically the same store that I bought my comics at when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Was it
some
in
of
this?
yeah.
Was it in the Bamboo Garden or whatever when you were a kid, or was it a third location?
No, you're thinking about Wonder Book, not Wonder Book.
no,
that woman
Book Center.
that
The Book
has
Center.
a bookstore. Well, the book center was
No.
downtown across. What
Well, you're saying paperback exchange but
you're thinking?
before
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
before
but the
paperback
Lee store was
exchange.
down on Center Street. It was up across from the temple on Center Street. Started when I was a kid.
Oh.
You could walk over there.
But then when I was a kid, it's where Bamboo Garden was or whatever.
No, that was a
Next to
different
the
store.
McDonald's.
That
Oh,
was
that
a
was
Lee's
a-
store. Oh, he had one in Searstown, I think, for a while in a shopping center. But yeah,
This is
that's
what
a
it's like
different
in
store.
Cumberland. Things are only one thing once,
Amazing.
and then no matter what that store is later on. it's
Small
always
town
like-
USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also joined by Rick Lopez.
Oh, yeah, Rick.
who, if he's able to talk right now, he's going to be in the 4th issue of Ghost Agents.
I think you might have met Rick before, Dad. He was on one of the other round
Oh,
tables that we did.
Is the 4th issue, is that the one that's all drawn by Rick? Is it one long story?
No, the one that's
That's
all
Craig.
drawn by one guy is Craig CK, and it's not one of the issue books. It's its own separate thing.
Got it. Okay.
It's called Some Unholy War. I'll make that announcement now, and that'll come to you later this year. All goes right.
Yeah, it's
That
so
is.
cool, and it's so awesome you're planning, Rocko, how you've got 5-6 issues in the future. It's so cool.
Yeah, thanks. I'm
That's great.
I'm getting started late in life, so I got to make up for lost time.
Damn, you're becoming a real businessman. Good God.
Trying. Couldn't do it without you, Doug.
Great. Well, that's great, though.
Yeah, it's been interesting because the first issue was a lot of people who spent big but aren't really into comics, but they're friends of mine and friends of Eli and the creative people, and
Mhm.
they bought because they wanted to support something, and that was great. We were able to get funded in under a week, and that was nice. And then
Great.
the second one, it was more of a deliberate battle. It was every single dollar really we needed, and it's still need, honestly. It would be nice to get well above the goal. But what I'm seeing with the second one, and what's really the good news, is that more people who I know love comics are buying smaller packages. So to me, that's something that makes it more sustainable. So very excited.
Well,
about
bring some stuff with you when you come to New York, and we'll show it over to Metropolis folks, and let
Wait,
them put it in
Are you
their
talking
hands.
to me or
Anybody. When you guys, the other guy who's coming to New York.
no? Sam
You've
already
already
lives
seen
in New
him.
York. I'm saying, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, he
lives.
does. Okay. Well, when we all get together in New York,
Yeah.
bring a copy.
Sounds
and
good.
we'll show it to him.
Cool.
For
Lay
sure.
some on him.
They're
Yeah.
in very few shops. That's kind of one of the magical things about it, is that the shops that have it are they're very
It's
very
They all LA
exclusive.
shops?
for the fact that they have the Ghost Agents comic there.
Are they all LA shops that have them?
Here, my local shop is called The Great Escape, which has been a Louisville institution for 20 or 30, well, definitely more than 20, maybe like 40 something years at this point. And they carry the Ghost Agents books, and I know that Eli's home store does as well.
Yeah.
And,
You've seen
Sam, I
that.
owe you books. I need to get those in the mail. I was meant to do that this week, but it's been very hectic. I haven't really been able to leave the condo much.
Yeah, I know you've had a lot of stuff going on with work. No worries.
Result of my quote unquote day job, which has turned into a day night
A day nightmare.
lately. Not
Working
usually
from
the
home
case.
is a bitch, isn't it?
Can be, man. I mean, I like not going to an office, and it's made me like very sort of like office phobic in a way, like when I go in an office.
You got to lock the door and yeah.
Are you
Go to the
segueing back
kitchen or
into in person, Rocko? Or
Well, I mean, I never really did a whole lot, because like it was never really necessary. But even like going to meetings and stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
like we have a weekly meeting, and it's like I do it by Zoom, and I have ever since the pandemic started.
Right.
And it's the boss this past week was like, we hope to see you in the office soon, Rocko. It would be nice to see you here at the office. So it's probably my cue that I need to at least go back for those. But like,
you gotta unmothballs all the long pants because
Yeah.
sweatpants stock has gone up.
That's right.
That's really the
Yeah,
truth.
that's for sure.
Really the truth. Yeah. Yeah, I think at no point in my life have pants gotten less wear and tear than they have in the last.
That's right. That's right.
Who's wearing pants right now? Show of hands.
Pants.
Yeah.
I've got lined pants on. It's cold here.
No,
It's cold where you are, Doug. I would be
28
very
degrees
concerned
here.
if yeah, if you were wearing pants, I'd be very concerned.
Yeah.
That looks like a warm coat though, right?
It is. Yeah.
It's a good one.
I got sweatpants on. That's
Well, I'm
though
gonna
I did
put
have
some-
an interesting day where I had my purple sweatpants on and I took them off to put purple jeans on. And I was like, I think this is fun.
dedication to purple pants. I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
Very
I'm gonna make a
Joker
drink,
of
but
you.
I'll be within earshot. I'll be able to hear you.
All right. So what else have you been working on, Dad? You're at scout camp there. What do you guys do there again? When you're there with your winter?
Well, it's a fun weekend. This is more of a fun weekend, a lot less work. The usual kind of, we split wood this morning, and the guys have been watching videos. Let's see, the last one we watched Rocket Man last night, the
Oh, yeah.
Disney video, Rocket Man.
What's
Oh
that
my
guy,
God, it's great.
Harlan Williams? Is that
I
the
don't remember the guy's
Yeah.
name, but it was so
That
good,
guy.
so good.
from Days and
Um,
Confused or from Half Baked and other stuff?
Yes.
There's
yeah.
also the serial killer, and there's something about Mary. 6-minute
Oh,
abs.
that's
Oh
right.
wow, yeah.
Dad and I saw that in the theaters. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love Harlan Williams.
Something
He's
about
great.
Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
What's
so
some of
then
this
the
is
guy
5-minute abs. That's all right. Go ahead.
That's all right. So let's see. This
Now,
morning we went on
Dad's
a hike
troop,
in
he started in 1975. Was it 77
7.
for special needs kids
Oh,
and for
no.
special needs scouts,
Adults.
adults, and yeah,
Yeah,
because
there's no age
the-
limit.
Yeah.
So there's no age limit. They're anywhere from, it can be anywhere from 11 to 60, 70, whatever.
Yeah.
So had
And
some of the
you've
same
had-
guys since I
Awesome.
started the troop.
Right. That I knew my whole
That's
growth, whole years.
Yeah, that.
Some amazing people and characters and people who shaped my fears in youth and shaped my growth as a human and maybe
see what you
learn a lot
ought to
about
do,
people.
Eli. You ought to make a comic about those guys and give the Prophets of Friends Aware or something.
That'd be awesome.
You could have Curtis, and
Curtis,
Jeff and Mumbles and all those. They're great characters if you think about it.
amazing. Yeah, because like
Kevin and
Curtis
Charles and-
scared the shit out of me for so long in my life until I really tried to really get to know him, and then he's a very nice guy.
Yeah,
He's
he scared the
that he
shit out
can-
of me a few times too.
I'm sure. Is he
But,
still around?
yeah,
What's his deal? How old is
He
he?
doesn't come anymore. A couple of these guys are getting old and they just don't come. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I haven't
crazy.
seen him in a while. You know,
Interesting.
actually, he said he didn't want to come anymore, but
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be an interesting comic with those guys, all those characters.
There's an
Kevin and
interesting
Charles sitting on the toilet.
yeah. There's an interesting comic that I can't remember. This guy wrote. I remember they talked about it on kayfabe, but one of them came with a flexi disc that I got, but he worked in like an old folks home or something. Or he
Okay.
worked in a home and he made comics out of all these stories that all the Duplex Planet, I think it was called. He wrote
nice.
stories about all these older folks had told him throughout his days working there.
So
That's
that,
cool.
you know how I know about that was wasn't it
It's on
like
the
the
back of
back
Eight Balls.
cover of 8 Ball? Some of the
Yeah.
early
I think so,
8 Ball?
yeah. Klaus did a
Yeah.
cover maybe for it or something.
And it was like he would like ask old guys questions. And like
Yeah,
they would
and then make
come
comics
up
about
with
it.
all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
exactly what we could do, Dad.
Yeah, that's
There
I'd like
you
to
go.
follow up on that because that's like I always found those extremely amusing. Like there was one
Yeah.
where it was like, what do you think that George Washington sounded like? And like one of the old guys was like, do you want him to sound like a sissy?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Can always get a toothpick really easy, you know, just chip away with his teeth.
Here's to,
Cheers.
here's to you guys. Here's to Doug
Cheers.
Schwab. Here's to Ghost Agents.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Another one down.
Cheers.
I'm drinking Baxter Stockman soda.
Salud. Oh wow.
Oh,
It's actually it's like a pop box,
Oh,
Oh Jesus.
but it looks
I
like
got one of
it.
those too.
That's cool.
You know, I
I think
never
it does.
noticed it till this year, but like, you know, Baxter stock, Baxter paper, Baxter stock, man.
I bet that was deliberate, right? I never thought
I
about
bet
that.
you. Yeah.
probably.
So easy.
I love Baxter paper, man. I got to say, I've always
Yeah.
felt like it was kind of fun.
Pretty great.
Drinking some really crappy bourbon that's in a bottle with a screw top, which is for me to actually live here in Kentucky and drink that swill.
Oh,
Is, probably some
You
sort
get
of a
booted.
sin. Yeah.
yeah.
it's nice.
How did you guys all get started in comics? I know how Eli got started. How'd the rest of you? Is it the same story?
Maybe. My dad was into comics. He was born in 1928, so he was like at the beginning of it all. He had, you know,
Yeah.
all the first issues. Same story. Mom threw him out, you know.
No.
Would have been very rich.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he told me about like the Spirit and Will Eisner, and like he recorded like everything that came off the airwaves in the 1930s and stuff.
Wow.
And he has like reel to reels of Shadow episodes and stuff like that. So we would sit and listen to all that stuff, and I just really got
Nice.
to comics sort of through him teaching me about the old timers. And then, you know, the 90s came along and the 89 Batman film, and that was it for me. So I'm gonna be a comic book artist. It's just that's what my fate is.
That's it. Nice. Good dad.
My dad was never really into comics himself that much, but he really helped foster my interest. And I think what it was for him was that he wanted me to sort of like get a concept of what things were worth, because we would go to the flea market and go through the quarter and dime and nickel bins that they used to have back then. And it was always like, look what you can get that you like for cheap. I think was kind of what he was trying to do. That, along with just it was something we could do that would be a bonding experience. But after a lifetime of loving comics, just because I just sort of gravitated towards them, I never made them. I'm a writer by profession as well as temperament. And I never even dreamed that I would be able to make comics because I can't draw that well. And it wasn't until I met these guys that it became even conceivable. I kind of just fell backwards into this thing as a result of this cartoonist kayfabe beacon that we've all sort of followed. Social media has really been a wonderful helped change my life in a wonderful way, because without it, I never would have been able to make friends with these guys who are now some of my best pals. And we all, we make comics together.
Nice. It's a great group. Yeah.
Very good group.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Without Eli, I don't know how this would be. It would be a very different deal, because he's really sort of like cultivated this group, this ability to have this group on Facebook and have it not descend into the types of garbage that you often see on Facebook, and help
Imagine
curate.
a world without Eli.
No. No.
I was looking today at like every other, I was trying to think if there was any other group, any Facebook group where I could go to promote Ghost Agents, or where Ghost Agents could ever sort of spring from. and it's all just a lot of bitching, just a lot of guys that are mad that Miss Marvel is now Captain Marvel and doesn't still have her ass hanging out of her shorts. And you know, like, what are you so mad? Like, instead of being mad, just make something, you know. And it's a place where makers congregate. It's really something.
Yeah, I love it.
So I feel like I got pretty lucky finding this group, and collecting and making comics is, I've been kind of in and out of that for years, and it's only been the last, well, I think since 2019 that I really considered making comics or going back and really trying to figure out, you know, if I could make one. But I don't think I would have been able to do it on my own. I definitely wouldn't have been able to run a Kickstarter on my own because all that stuff just feels way too daunting. And lucky that I kind of stumbled upon the cartoonist kayfabe videos and just started kind of listening to them as I draw, and then found the Facebook group, and then there was that call to art. I saw they'd already made a couple of comics, and they were making the Darkest Image comic, and I signed up because I just wanted, you know, pressure. I wanted some external pressure and some deadlines and someone I can collaborate with. And once I got that story put together, Rocko reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to draw a story for my comic?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's keep this thing rolling." So yeah, the last couple of years have been a lot of fun. And just hoping to keep it going.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, my experience was kind of similar to John's, except it was opposite in one respect, where I didn't want that external pressure or deadlines. What was happening was, you know, the pandemic had just started, and suddenly I'm working from home. I have to do it through my PC on a personal laptop. I'm having a lot of trouble with it. I was supposed to get married in April of 2020. We had to reschedule our wedding a good 5 times. And so, like, there's just a lot of external stress already. And then I saw that through the Cartoonist Kayfabe Ringside Seats group, there was the Image Grand Design project. And I thought, well, this would be a good way to get my mind off of things. And so that's really all I was looking for. I honestly didn't think it was ever even going to see print. I thought, you know, this being a bootleg book, it's going to fall apart before it really gets off the ground. I just want to, you know, hang out with these fun people, draw some fun pictures, and that's it. And it ended up being a lot better than I could have imagined.
Which is one of the things about that too, is that if not for Eli, I don't think Image Grand Design could have possibly ever happened. It would have just been something that we all talked about, you know.
Worked on that.
Wouldn't it be cool if, you know, but like Eli was always like, no, we're gonna do it. It's gonna come out somehow or another. It's gonna come out. Don't stop.
That's great.
And
That's really good.
You know, sitting right here in this chair in this spot.
Yeah.
Well, almost is not the same as actually backing out. So it's
we all had our moments of weakness where that thing was concerned.
If I was in your shoes, I would have.
Yeah, you guys.
As a kid, so
Yeah.
it's survival mode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could have been sued by like some 8 different, you know, like the intellectual.
Well, Dad helped me set up my LLC so that if we were sued,
Right.
we would only that LLC would be sued.
Genius
Only
move.
the Cosmic Lion can get sued. Not
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, Dad, they put a nice work ethic to me from the early, because they owned a warehouse and a clothing business. And as soon as I started, you know, getting in trouble or doing anything, I was going to work in the warehouse after school, packing boxes, or during the summer packing boxes, or when
Making
I would
money.
get kicked out of camp for smoking weed, packing boxes. That was like,
And your grandmother had to come pick you up. My God.
that was so embarrassing. She promised not to tell Grandpa Len, which was nice. Why I got kicked out, but I'm glad you reminded me of that. Guilt, Dad. Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. Though I did try to tell them to call my uncle, which was my cousin Lucas, who was who smoked me up the first time, and I was like, "Oh, he's the uncle. He's fine." And they're like, he's not your emergency contact."
Yeah, that's funny.
But what the point of that was, it instilled in me a good solid work ethic from the start.
Oh, absolutely. That's really important to have that, you know, and I think you and your brother both got that, and you work hard like you do. And found a profession that you can have fun along the way, which is not everybody has that. And some people enjoy work, and some people understand why it's called work.
Yeah, agreed. And you can toe the line a little bit too when you kind of have the job that's a little bit shitty, but then in your off hours you're able to do what you love, and so you can kind of balance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that little bit shitty pays the doctor bills and the insurance and all that stuff too.
Yes, that's what you keep
Exactly.
saying. You're right.
I heard a great interview with Frank Miller where he talked about how like he was just like a horrible employee of every job he ever did. Like he was there's a point where he was like a janitor at an office, and it was just like an overnight janitor. It was just so that he could use their typewriters and their paper to type things. He just wouldn't clean anything up. He would just use their typewriters.
Mm-hmm. I always made use of the copier at the Schwab company, it was called. Blowing up comic book covers when I was a kid to 11 by 17 and plastering them all over my bedroom wall.
I got
Good thing we didn't have
some
that
of
big
these.
printer when you were a kid.
I did go into my office, the office of the place that I work for, so I could go in and print a bunch of these.
Nice.
And it just
You got
so
in trouble.
happened that the editor came in while I was printing a pile of those. So we both just didn't mention it. We just didn't say anything.
I have a kind of similar story that sort of ties into comics, where I was printing out these little booklets I had illustrated that had rules for a drinking game, because I was having a party that weekend, and I forgot the original in the scanner, and Chip Kid walks in, and Chip Kid is there, and he flips up the thing, and he picks it up and he's looking at it, and he's really giving it a good once over, and I just backed away. I don't think he knows it was mine. I don't think he knows who I am. And I just kind of like tiptoed out of there and waited. But I'm pretty sure he read the whole thing, saw the pictures. I don't know if that was because he thought it looked okay, or if he thought like, who's this jerk using the company printer?
No, he just thought he probably wanted to try.
Good story. Because he probably printed more copies and took them home to him.
Sure hope so.
Chip Kid is such a funny name, Dad. He's like a professional comic writer, author, and everything. And I mean, that to me is like a Leave It to Beaver type of
Sure.
if you were making up like a child's name.
Right.
Chip Kid.
Yeah, I don't know if his name really is.
It can't be.
Well, it's Charles Kidd. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's great.
Graphic design guy. Really has made some pretty cool stuff. He's
that Batman animated book. I think he had a hand in, right?
Yeah, he did.
He laid out that whole book.
He did indeed.
Yeah,
and
he's
the
great.
Alex Ross mythology book, the Alex
That's
Ross
the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Yeah, he's got some high-profile projects. He's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Really remarkable.
Does he work there at Penguin Random House or?
Yeah, and so we're like 2 hallways apart.
They're such a big publishing company. You would think they could just choose a house and not have to just choose a random one every time,
Yeah, right.
Pick a house. Come on.
Come on.
What's he dressed like? Does he wear like a white shirt with short sleeves and a black tie at all times? And
anything you've seen him wear at convention videos or when he's public speaking, that's what he wears to work. He
wears overalls with a red striped t-shirt and a slingshot hanging out the back pocket.
That's right. A little cowlick of hair in the back.
He's always carrying a frog.
Yeah, exactly. A frog in his back pocket.
Oh my God.
He's a very well-dressed guy.
Very funny.
Now, Dad, you also were a big Mad Magazine fan. I have a ton of 70s, 60s, 70s Mads in a box up there.
Well, that's where they went.
Yes.
Well, that's where they went.
You sent them to me.
Yeah. I bought a couple Mads, early Mads, from I got them from Heritage Auctions, I think.
Oh,
and they're pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, you had this one because there was like the garage had the attic where I used to go like look for shit, and I found I must have been in 5th or 6th grade, and I found this flocked Alfred E. Newman poster. It was like a black light.
I had that in college.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah. I still have it. It's really nice.
Yeah, I gave it back to you.
Then on my
it's in your poster rack.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, Dad in college was that fro you saw, but then he had the beard too, and everyone called him Fat Freddy because it was the
Freak Brothers. That was
yeah,
after
the Freak Brothers
That
comics.
was- I didn't have the beard. I didn't have the beard. I started growing the beard after I started paying my own way. So my dad helped me get through college.
Gotcha.
And once I was out on my own, I stopped shaving. Not because I wanted a beard, because I hated shaving. So,
It's terrible.
you know, yeah. But yeah, we came home and I was Fat Freddy of the Freak Brothers, fabulous Freak Brothers.
I
Was
see
there-
they have like an animated Freak Brothers now. You guys see
Yeah,
There
I
that?
haven't
was
watched
recently. I've seen it.
Is that like
it's
a
great.
Seth
Yeah, it's on
Rogen
Tubi.
joint?
Well, it's like Pete Davidson and John Woody Harrelson, John
Yeah, but
Goodman.
doesn't Seth Rogen produce it?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought he did.
He's producing
just
a
gonna
new
stand a lot of
Ninja Turtles cartoon movie or something, and
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
but then I also
I
heard
haven't
that
seen any art
Colin
from it.
Jost is writing a new live action Turtles movie or something.
Is that right?
Really? That would be interesting.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Like,
down
Might-
for it.
They're probably going to make that last Ronin movie, I imagine, to bank on the.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're really banking
probably.
on that.
They just released a figure based on that story.
Yeah,
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I kind of had to. But they put
You
out
have to
one
clear
that's
off a
kind
shelf
of.
over there, dude.
I gotta clear some room. Yeah. Shay got me this like tiered level thing for Christmas, or for Hawkamas. So I was able to like consolidate a little bit. Oh, here comes Craig CK.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So Eli still has a big Tupperware tub in the basement full of action figures.
Yeah.
He had
Betts
a
and
lot of
Doug
them.
found out real early on in life that if they wanted me to do anything, you could bribe me with a Ninja Turtle back when they were $4.99 at Hills.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Damn,
At KB Toys.
that's right.
KB Toys, yeah.
I found my tub of action figures at my mom's house the summer when I went back, and I was just trying to get stuff out of her place, just in case she has to sell the house or anything,
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
I
You're trying to get things out of
He's-
the What a concept, man.
yeah, right. I've only been in LA for like 27 years, so finally getting around to that. But I couldn't bring stuff back. I'm not gonna fly a giant tub of old action figures back. So I asked my best friend if I could just keep it at his house. And he was like, "Yeah, totally. We got all the space in the world." And we got that, and because and now I have no room in my apartment in LA for anything. And so we got back, and all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door, and I open it up, and it's a package of my friggin' action figures. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh man, that's nice.
Oh, you want to
quality,
tell them
though.
what we did with you? What we did
Yeah,
for
they
you,
they
Eli.
packed the whole pallet of shit of all my long boxes and toys, and they
Oh,
this
God.
giant 16-wheeler pulled
Records.
up to the house. Yeah, records.
House and a
Oh, my
garage.
God. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I got 2 rooms.
Well, he has no car in the garage, though. That's the problem.
Well,
It's full of
that's
junk.
where all the shit is.
I understand.
I want to say what's up to Craig CK and Christian Meesimo, who just popped in.
What's
Hey.
up?
Good.
Hey guys.
Craig, Dad, Craig put you in his comic. Remember, I sent that to you as well.
Oh, yeah. Saw that. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome,
no problem.
Awesome look. Yeah.
But yeah, worked out well. Thanks for your
Good.
support.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Craig
Not
has
every day I'm in a
also
comic.
done some pretty tremendous support of Ghost Agents
He
too.
did.
That's true.
A lot
Yeah.
of number of pages and stuff. And he's also, as I was saying before, Craig is the guy who is the artist and the co-creator of the Ghost Agents Some Unholy War book that will just be all his art. It's a comic strip based concept.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be sick.
Well, congratulations. You guys did an awesome job with all that. And everything looks really cool. So
We
as
also
a customer, I'm
got,
very happy.
we also got, yeah, thank you so much, Doug. We're glad you dig it. We've also got Christian Measy, otherwise known as Meesimo, who's sort of the Winston Wolfman of this level of comic, fastest pencil in town.
Yes.
He actually looks more Canadian than I do with that plaid on.
Oh yeah, I gotta break it up with this guy.
So there you go.
Woo!
Dad Meesimo also did the new Can I Thwip It logo for me and Manus, and he did like a Manus
nice.
album cover and forthcoming.
Nice.
Yeah, how's his album going?
It's
Got a
good.
lot
I
of
mean,
good
it's
friends,
done.
Eli.
I don't know why he's not putting it out. It's just.
Yeah.
Nice.
What'd you say, Dad?
Thanks so much for promoting those pages you got left the last few days here. That's pretty great. Much appreciated.
Yeah, those look sick. I guess that's the plus of working on paper, whereas I mean, it's obviously so much easier and more precise and fun to work on a iPad. Craig really taught me how great it can be to do your pages on an iPad. It's just it's I mean, obviously both ways have their pluses and minuses, but one plus is you can sell that original for a couple hundo.
But
I just got my new iPad today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Like those
sketch
guys who
it
do
out.
the Etch-a-Sketch art. You could just sell the whole iPad, turn it on, there it is. Put it in the frame.
You could print out anything you know what I mean, and make a page.
Yeah.
You know, trace it relatively quick. So I mean,
Totally. Do a blue line print or even embellish or something. And
It's actually not a bad idea. Just sell the whole damn iPad and you can charge like $5,000 for your page.
There you go.
yeah,
You
that's
can
true.
get your deal on an iPad too. There you go.
I know. Yeah, I actually have done that for a couple people here in the group.
Cool.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So Dad's been asking everyone how you got into comics and making comics. So Craig and Meesimo, I don't know if you want to get in on that.
after you, Meesimo.
Oh, man.
You're the man.
I think the biggest thing is being an only child. I had to find something to do to keep me out of trouble. It didn't really work to keep me out of trouble, but at least kept me busy most of the time. And then I got that Smithsonian book of comic book comics.
Oh yeah.
It's like fat. Yeah, it's so great. So I got that at a relative's house early on, and kind of
The book
blew
was
my
a
mind of
real.
all the different styles.
That was like a real Rosetta Stone for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
probably for a lot of us, because like my uncle had that book floating around, and that's like, you know, your first real introduction to stuff, like all that Dick Tracy stuff in there and the Popeye stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Don't have that. I want to find it, but I don't have that book, and I'd really like to get a hold of it.
Sounds like you might be talking about the strip comics one, Craig.
Oh yeah, because there's two. There's
Yeah, I'm talking about
Both.
that was the comic strip one.
I need to get
the
that.
newspaper comics. I have that one, but I
Yes.
don't have the comics one.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
Yeah,
a comic one. So there you go. Paint my
It's
face.
funny how, like, you know, I got the comic book comics one on a family vacation to the Smithsonian when I was like in the 4th or 5th grade.
Oh, cool.
I was really into Captain Marvel, you know, like Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And that was why I got it, because I knew that there was something in there. And then that was where like the spirit came from for me.
Mhm. Yeah.
DC, you know, that the Master Race story and Plastic Man with Jack Cole, and also the way that it was loaded, where it's like, you know, Plastic Man and Jack Cole. So as a
Right.
kid, it's like, here is the artist. Don't just be a dork and love the character, like the creators. Because
Interesting.
I've been
Yeah.
able to get that newsprint, the newspaper one, as well as, or if it had just like somehow floated into my world, I bet I'd be like I'd have a whole different understanding.
Yeah.
Because at that age, my brain was still like a sponge, you know. It's like, what else is in that book, Craig?
I don't. It's been so long since I looked at it, but it's like everything, like anything that was in a newspaper, like from like the 40s. You know what I mean? The 30s and 40s.
Terry and the
And,
Pirates and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
Right.
It's even on the cover. I
Gasoline
believe, but
Alley.
There's so
Yeah.
much in there.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
And that one's oversized too. Like,
Yeah, it's
Who
got
has
I
like
see it, Eli. Show me the cover. Oh yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
what got you
Sorry,
into
guys,
comics?
I had to sit in my car. I was really cold here.
I got a venue change.
Nice.
yeah.
What
Craig,
got me? Yeah. What got me into comics?
Yeah.
Well, I've told everyone here already knows all this shit, but yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, this is true. This is for you, right? I'm a huge Archie nut, and I always have been. And that was kind of always my go-to, because I mean, I was poor growing up, so it was like I could spend 15 cents to a quarter on a double digest, or spend like $1.25 or $1.15 on one comic book. So I would travel around, and like up here in Canada, I don't know how if you guys do that, but you used to be able to return pop bottles. So I would go all day. During the summer and stuff, I would ride around all day, and I would collect pop bottles, and I would return them, and you got like 15 cents a return. So I would just like take all the pop bottles I could find, and then I would ride like probably 10 kilometers, which is like, or freedom miles for you guys. It's probably around 6 miles. Like, and at the time I was only like 11 years old, and I was like dodging traffic and shit, but I would go load up with a bunch of Archies, and I would do that weekly. You know what I mean? I'd collect enough pop bottles to buy like a week's supply. So between that and baseball, and then I could always draw. I did fall out of it a little bit from the time my son was born until about the last 4 or 5 years, just because I was working so much, tattooing all the time, and then it's kind of hard to have hobbies when you have young ones. So finally got him into it, and then I just came right back to it 4 or 5 years ago, and just started making more time to draw stuff that's not tattoo related. And then I ended up going to school for it for a bit. That's on hold now because of COVID, but getting my master's degree in illustration with a comic book focus. And I've been doing that. Well, I was doing that till COVID hit. So that's about it.
They have school. They actually have majors in that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of schools now are shifting to that because it's such, it leads to other things too, right? Like guys there was guys in our program that would switch over, and they end up doing like storyboarding and stuff. And I know tons of guys that are, doing that.
Because comics doesn't pay, you got to do storyboard.
Yeah, right. Totally. That, or they're working in animation. You know what I mean? So it helps with what I do on the daily. So it is what it is.
Good for you, Craig, making moves, dude. It's awesome.
That's what it's always about. It's always about the hustle. So it's been an exciting day at my house. My shop got broken into. Pissed me off.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
What?
No.
We're just in the middle of a move, so it's like it was so weird, man. Like I've told everyone knows that like I'm in a really shitty neighborhood, and we've been wanting to leave. So I think we're like a week out until we finally get into the new place, which is in a much better part of town. And someone last night at 2:00 threw a brick through their window, and the weirdest, they didn't take anything. They took something, we don't know what it is, but it wasn't anyone's machines, it wasn't anyone's power supplies, wasn't any tattoo supplies, no money. I have a $400 Bluetooth speaker sitting there, laptops, nothing. It was strange, like just crackhead mentality. So
some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just weird.
That sucks.
I'm just glad it's the old shop and not the new shop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I still got most of my other stuff, but in the old spot for now. But yeah, like it just sets a tone. You know what I mean? I'm glad it wasn't there for that whole reason. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's been eventful.
What a day! What a day!
Yeah, man. But doesn't kill you; it makes you stronger.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about comics.
That's it.
Hey.
Well, we're about rounding out our hour here. Dad, you have to get back, or?
No, I'm good. I just that they're gonna hold dinner for me, and I'll get whenever I get there. I'm good. So I'm giving you my time here, guys.
Where you go? Where
you
you going for dinner?
Oh no, I'm camping this weekend. Actually.
Oh wow!
So
nice.
And 26 degrees camping. Yeah. Actually, I'm in a lodge.
Okay,
in a lodge. We have a fire going, so it's not too bad.
Okay. Okay, that's
You guys are late to the show. I'm a scoutmaster for guys that have mental and physical disabilities, and so we're doing stuff this weekend. So
that's fucking dope. Good for you. I was a Boy Scout until I got kicked out. But that's
the most Craig CK thing that I can fathom.
Why'd you get kicked out, Craig?
This is gonna sound terrible. Please, Mr. Schwab, don't hold this over me. I love the son so much.
I'm cool. Don't worry about it.
I'll tell this quick. The week before we went swimming at the Y, and of course all the guys, it's kind of cliquey in there, right? It happens.
Yeah.
And they tried to they were joking around roughhousing in the pool with one of my buddies, and they kept holding his head underwater, and it got stopped. But the next weekend there's like this big scout lodge in my city, and there's it's a huge lodge, but there's like 2 levels, and I jumped up on the 2nd level and I dropped a big ice boulder on the kid that was dunking my friend's head underwater.
Wow.
So I got dropped out. But fuck that.
He deserved it,
for my
though.
buddy.
Yeah.
He deserved it, yeah.
I like that it involves holding a grudge.
You could have got the revenge merit badge if you just
Plan
applied.
it.
So yeah, holding a grudge merit badge. The big G.
How'd they
Planning
bust you?
revenge.
No fingerprints, no weapon after it melts.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
you guys all know
There
me.
you go.
I'm a rage monkey, and I'm the first. Yep, I did it. I don't give a fuck.
Proud of you. I think that's a pretty solid story, honestly. It's pretty good.
I wasn't
I
hiding.
mean, they say revenge is a dish best served cold. So nice.
Yeah. That's cooking merit badge then.
The funny thing
The
is,
what?
like 25 years later,
Rocko.
the kid that I dropped the ice block on, his son was playing lacrosse with my son, and you could tell there was like this awkward moment, like when he saw me, right?
He's like, there's no ice around, is there?
That's the first thing he
I'll tell you
checks
this,
us up.
I have a similar kind of story when we were. I lived in this apartment near where I live now, but Eli's mother and I first were getting together. There used to be these icicles that would form on the windowsill, these huge long icicles, and the lady who lived underneath me was a real bitch, and she would come up, when my wife and I were, never mind. Anyway, so I was playing with this ice thing once, and I just kind of hit it, and it fell down and broke the window into her apartment. So yeah, she wasn't too happy, and I just kind of ducked out of the way and like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? I'm so sorry to hear that your window's broken on the coldest day of the year.
Oh darn!
Oh man!
Oh my, yeah.
Whoops.
That was the same lady who I was taking a shower one time, and the shower leaked down to her apartment. It was coming out of the light fixtures and everything. So
Yeah.
See, in my
you
head,
know
I
how
would-
apartments
I
can
would-
be.
yeah, in my head, I would have pissed in the shower at that point if she was that bad of a.
I probably did.
That's how I would. Yeah.
Oh man, that's good.
Those were my wilder days.
Uh-huh.
I do got to jump off. I gotta have some dinner, and I gotta try to take a nap.
Yeah,
Mr.
I do
Schwab,
too. Yep.
Mr. Schwab, your
yes.
son's an angel. Honestly, you did a great job raising him. He's a good
Thank
person,
you.
and he's got a
Thank
big
you.
heart, and he's a good friend.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, he gets it honestly.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
All right, guys. I love
Good
you
to
all.
see you,
but I
Craig.
All
know-
right, good to see
See
you,
you,
Craig.
Craig.
All right, somebody.
Yeah, and thanks for everyone for coming by. Drinks with the
Later,
Ghost
Craig.
Agents creative team. Dad, thanks for all the support for over 37 years.
And again,
I
while we're
look
being
forward to
recorded,
more. Look forward
Thanks
to
so
more
much.
support from you with you guys, and yeah, I'm happy to support you guys, and love what you're doing. So keep up the
tremendous
good
help.
work.
Thank you so much.
Really
Thanks, Dad.
You are the
appreciate
head
it.
of Ghost for 2 issues running.
That's right.
All right,
That's right.
cool.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out. This is one of my guys got this for me.
Oh,
This is
There you
nice.
go.
Superman, face mask.
That's
Sweet.
excellent.
So,
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, guys, take care. Thanks again.
Thanks
Yep.
so
Right.
much.
Thank you,
And,
Dad.
Doug.
Much appreciated.
Thanks a lot.
I'm gonna
Doug.
jump off.
Nice meeting you.
Bye bye.
All right,
Thanks.
later,
you
Dad.
too. Keep up the good work. Bye bye.
You too.